In 2023, the housing market is going to surprise a lot of people. Watch my video to see what I think. What's up everybody, I'm Rob Scout. I'm a realtor here in Southern Maryland and I work with EXP Realty. If you're looking to move to Southern Maryland, have any questions about the housing market or anything like that, use that contact information below. Call me, text me, and I'd be happy to help you. Now jumping right into it, this video is all about the housing market and I'm speaking specifically to my Southern Maryland market, but I think a lot of these ideas can be applied to different areas around the state, but real estate is always a hyper-local thing. So 100% the biggest impact on the housing market right now is interest rates, 100%. So I think to understand where the housing market to go, we would need a crystal ball on interest rates. We don't have a crystal ball though. So what I'm gonna tell you right now is I'm assuming interest rates are going to be in this range of, 5 3/4 to 7 1/4 for the rest of 2023. And I think that's going to have a huge impact on buyers and sellers in this market. Number one, we're going to see a limited supply of houses on the market still for sale. And it's not just because people don't want to buy in an overpriced market like they were saying last year, even though it wasn't really too overpriced, especially in our area. But I think it's 100% because a lot of homeowners took advantage of the record low rates and refinanced. And so they have these 2.5%, 3.5% interest rates with these payments that are locked in so low. And then when they go and look at other houses or they see other houses out there, even if they love that other house, the thought of having a 7% mortgage, a 7% interest rate, makes a lot of sellers second guess if it's really worth it to move. Maybe they'll start putting additions on their home. Maybe they'll just stay there for a few more years until interest rates come down or they have to move because of a job change. But I really don't see people voluntarily changing houses right now unless they have to, unless life kind of forces them to move. I don't see them leaving those payments and those rates just because they feel like it. And on that same coin, I don't see buyers that are looking to buy, even unless they're first-time home buyers, really going and selling their house and then buying another house at the interest rates that they are right now. It is really hard to buy a house, in that $400,000 to $500,000 to $600,000 range at these 7% mortgage rates. I've had many clients have to drop out because of these rises in rates. And, a lot of them just said, well, I just need a few more months to get more of a down payment to be able to make these payments make sense. Now, I 100% support that. You shouldn't be stretching yourself so thin that it becomes uncomfortable. You do not want to be house poor. So take that time, get a little bit more of a down payment, work with sellers to have that interest rate buy down so it can be a more comfortable payment for you. So what do I think this means? Buyers that are kind of limited or buyers that are a little bit weary of the market because of the interest rates and sellers that maybe don't want to enter the market because they really like what they have money-wise their house. I think it's going to be a pretty slow market, but I do think it's going to be a balanced market. I do think it's a market that neither sellers nor buyers are going to win in, and I think it's going to be a market that is way more balanced than it was. If you remember back to a few short months ago, sellers had all the power. And I mean all the power. Sellers and their agents were the ones that dictated basically the whole deal to you. And you just kind of had to nod your head and agree because there just wasn't much inventory out there. And there was a ton of buyers at this low rates that wanted these homes to get into. And we just aren't going to have those low rates and a ton of buyers anymore. So if I was your agent or if I was someone representing you, my suggestion to you right now in this housing market is to be empathetic. We all went through a crazy housing market, and the people that are entering into this housing market now are going to have some hard feelings or opinionated feelings. Sellers are going to still feel like that their houses are worth 2021 prices, and buyers are going to feel like they should be getting 2023 prices or these great discounts that they're seeing the news report on. And somewhere in between those two ideas are going to be where you should end up. Now, you're gonna have to be empathetic to each side. You're gonna have to understand what each side is going through, what the perceived loss was, whether it was they listed too late, or they listed their house to sell too late, or they enter the market to buy too late. They're both gonna feel like they missed out on something, and they're gonna wanna try to get every little bit out of it. And you, on either side of it, whether the buyer or the seller, you need to understand that. And the best deals are gonna get done with empathy and understanding and working together to make sure that transaction closes and to make sure everyone walks away whole. And I know this sounds like an idealist way of approaching real estate, but I'm telling you, it's the only way right now where buyers are gonna feel that they're getting a great deal and sellers are gonna feel that they're getting a great deal after the craziness of the previous market that we had. Kind of a last thought here, and a lot of people always ask me this question when I go to parties or go out and talk to other people. What do I think it's gonna be? Is it a buyer's market or is it a seller's market? Look, I think it's gonna be a balanced market. I really think that it's gonna be a balanced market with limited inventory, and limited buyers. So it's gonna be a lower balanced market. I think the media is gonna really hype it up that it's a big, huge slowdown, but I think as real estate agents and as people going and shopping for homes or selling homes, you're gonna see a pretty balanced market and a level playing field. But compared to the last few years where sellers had all the power, I think a lot of people are gonna feel like it's tipped in the buyer's favor. But I think overall, comparatively speaking, over the years in the housing market, it's going to be way more balanced than it has been in a while. All right, so hopefully this information about the housing market was helpful. If you have any questions or need any help, make sure you use that contact information below. Call me, text me, and I'd be happy to help you make that move to Southern Maryland or just talk about the housing market. Thanks for watching my video. Hope to see you on the next one.